also getting you details of the talks that happened between India and China at the Corps Commander level. Sources have told us that India has very clearly told China that we will respond to violence in kind and with interest at the line of actual control. And India has reiterated that China has to withdraw to the pre-May 5th location, which is basically that the deployment moves back beyond Finger 8. Road construction activity will continue on the Indian side of the line of actual control. This too was communicated at that meet yesterday. Let me take this across to Gaurav Sawant. He's joining us live from Leh. Gaurav, it's clear that India is talking tough and maintaining very, very clearly that we won't budge. Also communicating our new rules of engagement to China.
So in a moment, in a short while from now, Chief of the Army Staff, General Manoj Mukund Naravane, will be in Leh, and there is a big shabash for the soldiers deployed all along the line of actual control. The Army Chief will review the security all along the line of actual control, the deployment and the manner in which the brave Indian soldiers were able to stall the advance of the Chinese army, especially in the Galwan region. There will also be an assessment of the situation on ground. The Corps Commanders' talks have been rather positive, is how sources have described the talks yesterday. The fact that these talks lasted over 11 hours, formal talks lasted over 11 hours, indicate that both India and China are attempting to find a resolution to the current situation. But India, from a position of strength, is what sources tell India today, is very politely and firmly telling China that it cannot unilaterally change the status quo of the line of actual control. And this means, Akshita, that China will have to withdraw, and not that this is going to happen overnight, but China will have to withdraw to the other side of Finger 8. Pre-May 5 situation has to be restored. Now, both the commanders have exchanged their views, their perceptions. Perhaps there will be many more rounds of dialogues, whether at the level of corps commanders or the level of division commanders, brigade commanders, and then battalion commanders for the actual implementation. But as of now, we've been told that talks have ended on a positive note, and India has conveyed all of our concerns to China and said that if there is violence from the Chinese side, it will be met with equal and more violence.
Okay, Gaurav, I request you to stay on with us, because even as we're getting in details now of exactly what was discussed in that meeting, that 11-hour marathon meeting that happened yesterday, we've learned that there is no talks, no Corps Commander level talks scheduled between India and China today. This comes, of course, a day after we saw that meeting happening yesterday from 11:30 in the morning to 11:30 last night. This is the first meeting that happened after the June 15th clash that happened at the line of actual control, where we lost 20 of our Jawans. Sources say that the situation at Pangong Tso Lake continues to be the big point of contention. This as the Chinese are currently occupying the Finger 4 area of the lake that's been traditionally under Indian control. Sources also have told us that India has sought a halt on Chinese build-up along the line of actual control following the Galwan Valley standoff. The first round of Corps Commander talks took place on June 6th, during which both sides had finalized an agreement to disengage gradually. But China, of course, backstabbed us with what happened on June 15th, when the situation clearly deteriorated after violent clashes were reported at the Galwan Valley. Once again, taking this across to Abhishek Bhalla and Gaurav Sawant, who are tracking all the latest on the story. Abhishek, to you first. You know, while there are no talks scheduled today, it's clear that dialogue will have to continue in the coming days as well for there to really be a breakthrough or complete de-escalation.
Exactly, Akshita. You know, dialogue is the only way out, and that's the only point of consensus between the two sides as of now. As Gaurav pointed out, that there are some positives that have come out, but you know, the real hurdle of final disengagement and de-escalation remains the Pangong Tso, because that's where the Chinese have made serious attempts to alter status quo. Not only are they present at Finger 4, camping here since the 5th of May, but also they've come up with new fortifications, new bunkers, observation posts between Finger 4 and Finger 8, which is called the Grey Zone. And even though India claims territory up till Finger 8. Having said that, as far as the Indian response is concerned, there is a mirror deployment on our side. And at Finger 4, the Indian troops are there sitting, matching the deployment of the Chinese, not willing to push back even an inch. So unless the Pangong dispute gets sorted out, the larger de-escalation will not take place. The two sides are talking how to go about it. If Pangong Tso can be sorted out, obviously we can expect some kind of a resolution in the entire eastern Ladakh region.
Okay, Gaurav, as Abhishek pointed out, what also is a cause of worry, concern, and something that we've been bringing up in that dialogue yesterday is the situation at the Pangong Tso Lake. And is that something that China is also open to dialogue over? Is that something that they've shown the inclination towards moving back at?
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.